like this video, please don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today we are gonna learn about abstract classes and interfaces. So without any delay, let's get started. Damn! So today we are going to learn about abstract classes and interfaces. We are going to start with learning about abstract classes and then we'll move on to interfaces. But right now let's learn about abstract classes. So data abstraction is the process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. So in abstraction, what you do, you hide certain details and show only the essential information to the user. And how do we do that? You'll see at the end of abstraction, right? So abstraction can be achieved with either abstract classes or interfaces. So you can achieve abstraction with either abstract classes or interfaces. The abstract keyword is used for classes and methods, right? So this keyword is used for classes and methods, right? Abstract class is a restricted class that cannot be used to create objects. So you cannot use this to create objects. To access it, it must be inherited from another class. So to use it, you will have to inherit the abstract class by another class. And there is also an abstract method that can only be used in an abstract class, right? So it can only be used in an abstract class and it does not have a body. You don't give a body to an abstract method. The body is provided by the derived class, the class that inherits from the abstract class, that provides the body for our abstract class, right? So over here, let's see an example. So we are using system, we have our abstract class animal, and then we have our abstract method. And to create both abstract class and abstract methods, we use the abstract keyword. So we say public abstract void animal sound. So this will return nothing, right? This is an abstract method and it is public for all, right? This animal sound is an abstract method and does not have a body. The body will be provided by the class that will inherit from our abstract class. But over here, we are just gonna see an example when we try to create an object directly from the abstract class. There's also a sleep method that is not an abstract method, that is a normal method, right? And in this we are just writing z, right? So we are just writing z. And then there is a program class, right? And in this we are directly trying to create an object of an abstract class. So that's not allowed, as we saw above, that you cannot create objects of your abstract class. So this will throw us an error. We have an error. It is saying that the specified task executable location this is invalid, right? So it is not specifically saying where the error is, but because we are trying to create objects directly from the abstract class, that is not allowed. So that's why we are getting an error. Now let's see a proper way of using abstract classes, right? So over here we are creating the same abstract class animal, right? And just to show you, using system is over there. You are using system, so you have to give that. That's just on the top because we are using system for everything, right? So we have abstract class animal over here. So this is an abstract class that is animal, right? Then what we are doing, we are creating a animal sound abstract method, right? So we are creating a abstract animal sound method. We have a sleep method that is a normal method. Next we are creating a normal class pig, and that is inheriting from animal, right? So now this is the child derived class of animal, right? Now over here in this class over here, we'll give a body. You'll give a body to our abstract methods. And when you inherit from your abstract class, you have to give bodies to all your abstract methods. You can't leave, like you can't do like you have given body to one abstract method and not to the other abstract method. You can leave the non-abstract methods, but you have to give a body to all the abstract methods. Over here there's only one abstract method, so we are giving it a body, and we have to give the keyword override so that it knows that we are giving it body, giving a body to animal sound, right? So you have to give the keyword override. And why do you have to give the keyword override? Because when using interfaces, right? So when you're using interfaces, in I'll just give you an idea. In interfaces, all methods are abstract. So over there, when you are inheriting from that interface, right? So when you're inheriting from that interface, you don't need to give the override keyword, as it already knows that everything in the interface will be abstract method, right? So you don't need to particularly say that this is an abstract method, that's why I'm giving the override keyword. It already knows that it is an abstract method, that's why you don't need to give the override keyword, right? You can directly give. So but over here there are both normal methods and abstract methods in your abstract classes. So just we are saying override so that it knows that we are overriding our abstract method over here, right? So we are overriding our animal sound method, that is our abstract method, right? And we are saying we giving it a body, right? So we are not overriding, we are giving it a body over here, okay? So we are giving the abstract method a body, right? And we are in the body, we are just writing the pig says vv, right? So now in the program class we have a main method. We're creating an object of pig, right? So we can create the object an object of our animal abstract class, right? So we are creating an object of pig, then we are giving my pig dot animal sound, so we are calling its animal sound method. So it will show the pig says vv, and then we are calling it sleep method, because all the methods over here come into here, right? So the sleep method came here, right? The animal sound was overridden and given a body, but the sleep method came in here, so we can use it now. And if we call sleep, then it will show z. Okay, so we are having an error. Let's run this once again. Okay, so we are having an error. I'll just see you in a second. So guys, turns out that there was a problem with the REPL, right? So I created a new REPL and it started working. So that's okay. And now I'll exactly show you what the previous error was when we were trying to create an object of our abstract class. So it showed that cannot create an instance of our abstract class or interface animal, right? So you cannot create an instance of your abstract class or your interface, right? And it is specifying the name also of the interface or the abstract class for it, that is animal, right? So we cannot create an object, right, an instance of abstract classes and interfaces. It is clearly saying. Now over here, if I run this code, the expected result, the pig says z is vv and the z will come, right? So as you can see, the pig says vv and z with came, right, as expected. Quite cool. Now why and when to use abstract classes and methods? To achieve security, hide certain details and only show the important details of an object, right? How do you only show the important details? How do you show only the important details? That's also one other question, right? We have seen that this is used to hide certain details and only show the important details. But how? How are we achieving this kind of security? For example, you have a vehicle abstract class. So take for example, you have a vehicle abstract class. You only want to show that the vehicle can stop, start, or honk. You only want to show the relevant information that your vehicle can stop, start, and honk, right? You don't want to give the useless information to users, how the vehicle starts, how the vehicle stops or honks, right? You only want to tell that it starts, stops, and honks. So we can create three abstract methods: stop, start, and honk. Now in vehicle specific. Every vehicle has their internals different, right? A bike will start, stop, or honk differently. A car will start, stop, or honk differently. A truck will start, stop, or honk differently, right? So but in the abstract class, we only want to specify that our vehicle can start, stop, and honk. We don't want to tell how it can start, stop, or honk, or how it how basically we don't want to tell how, right? That's just useless for the user. For example, you have a ATM machine. You just want to tell you can withdraw money from it. You don't want to tell how can you withdraw money from it, like what are the internals, what is happening in the background, right? What is happening in the machine. No user is interested in that unless they want to steal money, right? But a normal user isn't interested in that. They are only interested in knowing that how we can like withdraw money, or what we can do with the ATM machine. How we can do, they are not interested, right? So the implementation of these methods we do in the derived class, and we just specify in the abstract class that what will happen in, like if you have a vehicle abstract class, will just specify in every vehicle what will happen. The vehicle will start, stop, and honk, right? And how it will work, that we will specify in the derived class. So another way to achieve abstraction in C# is with interfaces. You can achieve abstraction with interfaces. An interface is a completely abstract class which can only contain abstract methods and properties with empty bodies. So every method in the interface will not have a body. And I wanted to show you, I forgot because of that REPL issue. I wanted to show you one more thing, that I told you that we have to give body to every abstract method. Sorry, I forgot to tell that. But you have to give body to every abstract method. If you create animal sound 1 and don't give a body to it, you will have an error, right? So pig does not implement inherited abstract members animal sound 1. So it is clearly saying that we are not implementing animal sound 1, right? So we can't leave any method with no body, right? When in the derived class, we cannot leave any abstract method with no body, right? So you have to give bodies to every abstract method. So another way to achieve abstraction in C# is with interfaces. An interface is a completely abstract class that we know, which can only contain abstract methods and properties with empty bodies, right? Every method in it will have no body, right? None of the methods in it will have any body. It is considered good practice to start with the letter I at the beginning of an interface, as it makes it easier for yourself and others to remember that it is an interface and not a class, right? So to differentiate between an interface and class, you should always give the I in front of your interface names. So by default, members of an interface are abstract and public. So by default, all the members of an interface will be abstract and public. Node interfaces can contain properties and methods but not fields. It can contain properties and methods but not fields, right? So I have a full video on properties, so properties and encapsulation, so do that, check that out. But it can only contain properties and methods but not fields. So to access the interface methods, the interface must be implemented, like kinda like inherited by another class. So like in normal classes we say inherited, in this we say implemented, right? So there are two different terms to say. To implement an interface, use the colon symbol. You have to use the colon symbol, right? Just like with inheritance. So just like with inheritance, you will have to use the colon symbol to implement with an interface. The body of the interface method is provided by the implement class. right? So all the body of all the interface methods will be provided by the implementing class. Note that you do not have to use the override keyword when implementing an interface. You have to use the override keyword to override abstract methods in an abstract class, but not in an interface, because it already knows that every method in it is abstract, so it does not need you to give additional information about how the method is, because it knows that it is abstract, right? Every method in an interface is abstract. So we have interface, and we have given iAnimal so that we can differentiate between normal classes and interfaces. So this I is representing that this is an interface, right? In this we have our abstract method animal sound. Then we have a class pig, and that is implementing from iAnimal, implements iAnimal, right? Pig class implements iAnimal. We have our animal sound method, right? And we don't need to give the override keyword. We are directly giving it a body directly, like we like however how we create any new method. That's how we are just giving a body to our um animal sound method, right? And we are saying console or write line the pig says vv, right? So now animal sound has a body, and it will write the pig says vv for the pig class. And in class program, now we have our main method in which we are creating an object of a pig class. Then we are calling it animal sound, so we'll get the pig says vv. We are getting the pig says vv, as simple as that. Now you will ask, we like, okay, yep. So yeah, now we are on that part. So now you will ask, we can do the same thing using an abstract class. We can make all of its methods abstract methods, and we can specify the override keyword. What's the advantage, extra advantage? Instead of data hiding, what else advantages we get from interfaces? One main, you see that you cannot inherit from multiple classes, right? So in C sharp you cannot inherit from multiple classes, but in interfaces you can implement from multiple interfaces. You can implement from as many interfaces as you want, right? So that's a very great feature. So for example, you have what should I say? Okay, I can't think of an example. So for example, yeah, so you have a father class, and then you have a mother class, right? And you have a child class, the child, right? The father and mother's child will have both the qualities and disabilities both of their mother and father. So if we have an interface father and an interface mother, we will get both the quality. We will be able to implement the child class from both the father and the mother. But if we have a normal class father, or sorry, an abstract class father and an abstract class mother, then we won't be able to inherit from both the abstract classes, right? So we won't be able to get features of both our mother and father. So this is a very important advantage of interfaces. So like abstract classes, interfaces cannot be used to create objects, right? So it cannot be used to create objects, like we know, right? Interfaces are we can't use them to create objects. And one more thing, like in abstract classes, we need to provide the body to all of the interface methods, right? So if we don't give body to one of the methods, it will give us an error that pig does not implement interface member iAnimal.animal sound 1. So you need to implement, like you have to give a body to all the methods of an interface too. So, like abstract classes, interfaces cannot be used to create objects. In the example above, it is not possible to create an iAnimal object in the program class. interface methods do not have a body. The body is provided by the implement class. On implementation of an interface, you must override all of its methods. We have seen that. Interface can contain properties and methods but not fields or variables. Right? It can contain properties and methods but not fields or variables. That's an important point to note. Interface members are by default abstract and public. Any interface cannot contain a constructor. An interface cannot contain a constructor method. So you can't give a constructor method in an interface, as it cannot be used to create objects. Right? So it cannot be used to create objects. So there can be no constructor methods in your interfaces. So why and when to use interfaces? Why should you use interfaces and when? First of all, to achieve security, hide certain details and only show the important details of an object, that is our interface. Second, C# does not support multiple inheritance. A class can only inherit from one base class. However, it can be achieved with interfaces because the class can implement multiple interfaces now. Right? Note, to implement multiple interfaces, separate them with a comma. So this is the example over here, how you can implement from multiple interfaces. You have your first interface, in that you have my method. You have your second interface, you have my other method. Now in demo class, we are implementing from I first interface, and then we are giving a comma to implement from the other interface also, I second interface. Right? And next, in over here, we are giving the my method, and we are writing to the console some text, and for my other method we are writing to the console some other text. Right? So next we have a class program. In this we are creating an object of our demo class, that is this over here. Right? And we are just calling it my method, so it will show some text, and then we are calling it my other method, and that will show some other text. So we'll get some text and then some other text. Right? And if we don't give body to one of the methods, that is my other method, if we don't give body to it, we'll have an error. Right? So we are not implementing interface member I second interface dot my other method. So you have to give body to all the methods, as we know. So this was it, guys, for abstract classes and interfaces. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Damn!